Right. Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
There we go.
It's a good
enough.
It works. Wait.
6 o'clock, I'll call the meeting in order. The Open Meetings Act is posted on the wall. Roll call.
Holly?
Here.
Buckminster? Here. Rob?
Here.
Wisdom?
Here.
Ferguson?
Here.
Ratcliffe?
Here.
Foraker? Here. Layton? Here.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Under mayor's report, I really don't have much this week. City administrator's report.
All right. Let's see some of the key components. We got the public input sessions next week for the rec center for the feasibility study piece. Those are on Monday and Wednesday. I attached a flyer in the agenda, but people can RSVP into those if they want to be in person or have a virtual option. I'm gonna look to see what the attendance is, but we have quite a few. I know there are for sure in the stakeholder sessions, and I think we had 15 or 20 late last week that were going to the public sessions for sure. The Human Resources side, the assistant library director position was filled, and the assistant power plant operator positions were all filled. So we welcome our new employees, Jamie Coons, Travis Wagner, Colton Harkendorf, Alec Hughes, and Christian White to our team. On the community development side, the Wilderness Falls 3 project at 31st and Abbott, they had the groundbreaking ceremony last Friday. That's 16 affordable housing units for families 55 plus. So that's moving along. We'll have an item later that's kind of ties in with that project, which is the cul-de-sac to the south of that. Project-wise, electrical distribution improvements. The PDC, that's the underground work. So that's in 2 projects. We have the PDC, which is the power distribution center down at the power plant, which the new primaries that go uptown go into, and then the actual underground work. So the PDC, we finally got confirmation that we're going to have that delivered in March, or it's going to be shipped in March, I should say. Should be hopefully at the same time within the same month. Be up here, so that work will be happening probably here late this fall. We've already had the kickoff meeting to kind of discuss that, but they're looking at the schedules pending that delivery date. So we'll get an update from the earthwork contractor on when they're going to be kicking off down there. And then once that is all in place, and that's when the primary underground work will kick off in 24. So you're probably talking a spring, summer kickoff to start doing the underground work itself. The water main relocation down by the Preston Bridge, they'll be doing the final tie-in tomorrow. So essentially they got their 3,000 linear feet of water main that's been replaced down there. It's been cleaned out, sanitized, chlorinated, and then state came in, did their testing, gave us clearance this morning that we are good to go to put that back into service. So we'll be tying that back into service, or pushing it back into service here in the next couple of days. That's why we sent out a notice saying, just in case there may be some discoloration potentially there. If there is, they're going to do a couple of checks down at our Clearwater and see if they can do some discharge to bypass it and send it out, try to clear it out before it gets through the distribution system. But that'll be the last piece of that, besides the abandonment of the pipe, or the removal of all the existing pipe that BNSF wants to pull out of the right of way. That's pretty much that. If there has any questions.
Chief,
I don't have anything.
on the consent agenda, the minutes approval for August 7th. They Agenda approval, treasurer's report, police report, consent agenda.
Motion to approve. Second.
All vote.
All right, 8 yeas.
No old business, we'll move to regular business, discussion and action. Request to use city streets for the 14th annual Cobblestone Fun Run Walk on Saturday, August 26th, 2023, at Community Medical Center.
Motion to approve. Second.
Vote.
Eight yeas.
Number 2 is tabled till September 6th.
Or we'll need to table that. That needs to go through another week of hearing. So the publication is late on that in the newspaper. So it's gonna wait till the September 6th. So if we can make a motion to table that until that meeting, then we'll do that.
Second.
Vote.
8 yeas.
3, discussion and action. Review of Quick Shop's new manager application to the Nebraska Liquor Control Commission.
All right, so I put that in there. This has been with all the submits to the state. State gives that to us. The governing body needs to provide clearance for that. And it goes through, I think, a list. I tried to pull out what didn't pertain to us because it goes to stores all over the state of Nebraska. Any questions with it?
See anything else? I'll make the motion to approve it. Second.
All vote.
Is that late on the second? 8 yeas.
Discussion and action. Award of construction contract of the Champions Crossing First Edition paving Tiger Trail, Abbott Street project for $370,753 to Fortin Building Group as recommended by the REGA engineer.
So that bid opened up, I think, on the 15th. That's when that came due. We had 2 bidders, which is Fortin Building Group, which is the firm that's doing Wilderness Falls 3, and then Rulo Transportation. Fairly good gap on it, about 60,000 overall, I believe, on the gap that was there. Riga, we sent that off to Riga to do review, and they provided their recommendation to award to Fortin Building Group. If you have any questions for Fortin, our man right here, Sean's there.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All vote.
Eight yeas.
Number 5, first reading, ordinance 2023-102 to merge the duties and position of the utility superintendent and the street superintendent into a position of the public works director as recommended by the Board of Public Works.
All right, I'll do the reading. Ordinance 2023-102, an ordinance of the city of Fall City to amend sections 1-212 and 2-214 of the Fall City Municipal Code to assign the duties of the street department and street projects to the Board of Public Works, to create the position of Director of Public Works, and merge into such position the duties of utility superintendent and street superintendent, to repeal ordinances in conflict herewith and establish an effective date. So essentially, what this is, that creates the Public Works Director position. So then these streets can be governed by the Board of Public Works. All that would still, like the 1 and 6 year plan, still comes through the governing body. But it gets that oversight kind of all under Public Works. So all the utility work plus any street work that would be on top of it has coordination and kind of running through one channel, which would end up being Trevor, but then me on the oversight side of things. So I believe some of that's duty off of me.
Motion to approve.
8 yeas.
Well, that has to be done 3 times, 2 days, right?
Yeah, that'll be on the next meeting.
Well, that's the end of the agenda, the meeting is adjourned.
Turn your master control board in it.